Hi y'all, I'm here to make dressing with you today, and I don't mean stuffing or what you're wearing. And by the way, we're all still on Thanksgiving. I am excited for the holidays, and I mean Christmas, but let's do Thanksgiving first. So with the dressing, I'm going to start today by doing a little walkthrough with you of just a basic vinaigrette. And once you have established that, you can add, tweak, kind of make it for anything. So a while back we just done our pomegranate molasses vinaigrette, which is fabulous, but can be a little rich and a little heavy. So once we do this, I can walk through and tell you how and what we can change for things. So this will just be your kind of basic go-to vinaigrette for anything. So we're going to start here. I never measure anything out, so verbally I'll tell you, but you'll never see me. I eyeball everything. That's the chef and not the baker in me. So we're going to start with a little Dijon mustard. You could do a whole grain with this too, but I do prefer just either a yellow or a Dijon to start with. And you want to do about a tablespoon here of that. Nice couple of, I love my salt that way. If not, that would be about a half a teaspoon. I use a pink Himalayan and then fresh ground pepper. There are going to be some salad dressings that you utilize that maybe you don't want to see the chunks or the blackness in it, and you just want to have this beautiful visual. So that's when you would use like a white pepper, which is also great in certain dishes as well. Splash of hot sauce here. I have a sriracha on hand. You can do Tabasco, anything you like. I'm just gonna do a little, just a dot of that, as you can see with my, well, maybe not with this aubergine bowl. It's kind of blending in. Then we're gonna go to our red wine vinegar. With this, we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons. I want this to be pretty tart, but not too acidic either. With that, and for this dressing, even though this is a basic, typically I would say doing a lemon. For the one I'll be using tonight, I want a little more brightness, so I have a lime here I'm going to use. But this is where any citrus can be utilized. You can do a lime here. Oops, I'm upside down. You can do a lemon. You can do a lemon and an orange, which is a Meyer lemon. Or you can do, especially for winter salads, my favorite, grapefruit. And I look forward to doing a really fresh, bright grapefruit dressing for you. So I'm going to add in, this is just half of a lime here, just the juice of that. You don't even need to do a whole, that would be kind of too much. Sometimes I will actually juice like celery, apple, and add that in. I do cilantro, parsley, and add that into my dressings as well, just to give you another healthy and flavorful boost. So from there, I'm going, what are we missing here? Oh, the honey, the sweetest part. Okay, so I have this amazing local grown honey my aunt gets. I have no idea, but this stuff is amazing. It's what, liquid gold. So let's take this, and local is always better, and it's worth it because that's what's gonna kind of fight off your allergies and everything else. Around this time of year, one of my favorite sweeteners for dressing, again, this is where this is very versatile, instead of honey, is you can use good old-fashioned maple syrup. Please do not use faux, like pancake syrup. Has to be maple syrup. It just, no, don't. You can do that with Eggos all day long, but not for dressing. But real maple syrup can be utilized instead of the honey. But for most all, I use honey, and I try to mind it's a healthier, sweet alternative. So I've added a really healthy, hefty 1.5 tablespoons of honey because I have a little more acidity going on in here. Okay, and my favorite part, of course, is a lick in the spoon. Get out a whisk. and just kind of slowly get this together. One of the things you can do when you're making your dressings too, sometimes some of our honeys come out and they're like mangled. You know, that poor bear, I mean, he just looks dehydrated if you have one of those honey jars in your cupboard. But you just pop that in the microwave for a couple seconds, you know, rehydrate him. Looks like he's had a day at the beach or spa. And add that in. Same thing you can do with any of your honey. Even just warm up the whole thing if it's glumpy or anything. And then pre-chill this down, of course, because nobody likes a warm dressing. And then, finishing touch, our olive oil. We're going to eyeball in about a cup. I do a little less because I don't like as much oil in my dressings. And then this is another really great alternative you can do a grapeseed oil, avocado oil. Again, this season, like with the maple syrup, it's great to do a walnut oil. Oh, it gives a little bit of richness. I have on hand here, I also really like to use, my neighbor has given me for every trip they take, this Meyer lemon olive oil. It's amazing. Some of them can taste a little off. This one is, it's almost like a finishing oil. In fact, I hate to it's so perfect. It's so good. Flavored oil too can be incorporated here. Also, instead of that red wine vinegar, you could use a balsamic. You can use, when appropriate, a sherry, any other kind of vinegar. I even use like a Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Oh, so good. But we're just doing good old, you know, Trader Joe's. This is like such a good deal, the $8, whatever, standard olive oil for this. So a little less than a cup. I'm going to do about half of a cup here, but a traditional recipe would call for a cup. Again, like I said, I do more juices and oils in mine. Try to be a little healthier. And I just kind of whisk that together, mix it up. Okay, and it's gorgeous. And then, of course, anytime you're making these, you want to make sure that it's on point. So you should always taste. Always, always. Chef tip here, taste before you serve. Oh, that's fabulous. And this is also when you have everything out. I go, that's pretty good. Okay, my sweetness is on point, but I want a touch more hot sauce because I want just a little bit more heat to come on that back. I think the acidity is pretty good, but I want a brightness. So since the acidity is good, I'm going to stop on the vinegar and we're going to add just a squeeze more of this lime juice because I'm going to be making a persimmon. I mean, you can't get any more fall or Thanksgiving than that. Persimmon salad tonight. So I want those natural flavors. I want a nice bright, but I don't want it to overpower those amazing flavors of and the natural sweetness of the persimmon. So go ahead and whisk that up. And that, my friends, is just your good old-fashioned basic vinaigrette. If you don't have almost all of these in your kitchen, maybe it's time to go to the store, or maybe you shouldn't be cooking. These are pretty basic day-by-day items to make an amazing vinaigrette. So we'll start with this, and then going forward, you'll just kind of add and tweak and please, like, make. Do not buy. Make your own dressings. Once you start to do it, it's so easy and it's so much better. I don't find that anyone really offers a great dressing anymore. Thank you.